Welcome back to Wishwell Farms, everybody. We're going to start today off with working some ground, and then we're going to go meet up with Joel on his final day of planting garlic. We're just making our first pass right now on the tomato patch, and you can see how nice the disc levels off those beds. I'll probably do a second pass, but really one pass is about all it needs. Now we're in the zucchini and cucumbers. This was our final planting that had conventional plastic on it. That's why you don't see any biodegradable plastic like you do over there. It's just a little wet out there, but not too bad. Nice and dry on top because we've had a lot of sun today and a lot of wind yesterday. But down deep, it's still pretty moist. Peppers and eggplant. You can still see some of the eggplant down there, right in front of the tire. And then every now and then you can see a few red bell peppers out there. So after the harvest has ended, the first thing we do is pull up all the drip tape and the conventional plastic. And then we take our disc out. We're gonna level off all the beds so everything's smooth and level out here, and help finish chopping up any leftover residue of the biodegradable mulches. And then I'll bring the chisel plow out here to work the ground deeper. We're not really going deep with the disc today, maybe 3, 4, 5 inches, just enough to smooth everything off. The chisel plow, I will sink that down about as deep as I can get it, probably 7, 8 inches deep, and we will plow this entire field, well, at least where we're laying plastic next year, or biodegradable mulches. I don't even think I'm going to use conventional plastic next year. I'm going to try using all biodegradable mulches. We've been having a lot of success with that over the last 5, 6, 7 years, and I've been weaning myself off of using traditional plastics. And might be the final year I use those, because I'm sick of pulling it up and disposing of it. So probably biodegradable everywhere next year. So I'm only going to chisel plow where I need to shape beds and lay my biodegradable mulch next year. So, but anywhere there's beds, we will disc it first. Then we'll bring our chisel plow out next. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we got some garlic here, the very last of it, and Joel is shucking it. I don't know, what do you call that?
Just splitting it.
Splitting it.
Breaking into individual cloves.
How many cloves do you have in each bulb?
Between 4 and I've had some up to 12.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of like little ones.
Okay.
Sometimes. So I like to, sometimes I go to the top and rip off, and then takes off the top so it makes it a little easier. Then I'll run a slit down it.
Okay.
With my fingernails, and then pull it out like that.
My goodness, it's so labor intensive. Is there a machine that would do this on a large farm?
Is. I don't know what they'd cost or for the scale I am. It's I don't intend to grow a bunch more. It's just hard finding labor to do garlic because you need a lot of help when you're planting for like a week, and then you need a lot of help when you're harvesting for a week. And then other than that, you don't need much help.
Yeah.
So
How many cloves did you plant this year?
so probably about 16 or 17,000.
Okay.
A little bit less than last year.
Yeah.
Kind of down to the thin pickings. These aren't very good looking ones.
Yeah, this is the very last of it, right?
Yeah. All the good, big, fat, juicy ones have already been planted.
Juicy. We'll head over the field here in just a minute and stick some of these final cloves into the ground. All right, so Joel has 7 rows of garlic this year. Even though there's 8 rows out here, there is no garlic in this one. I went ahead and had him lay an extra row out here in case I decide to plant some candy onions next spring. So unfortunately, I missed 99% of the garlic planting because I was out traveling with my wife in Missouri visiting Farmer Dre on our RV trip. And we just have a few feet left here. And this is the process. Joel has already broke the garlic bulbs apart into individual cloves. Does it matter which end goes down into the soil?
Very much so. Where's that one I just pulled out? So this was planted last week. It's already sprouting. Look at that. That is beautiful looking.
Yeah. That's just 1 week old?
Yeah.
If that?
Yeah.
Man, that is nice.
Just needs some moisture and ready to go.
It looks like there's plenty of moisture on it, right?
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, we got all that rain, almost about an inch and a quarter, like on the weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, maybe. Back where I stole from. Last year I had a lot of damage. And I think it's because it was so wet. It got really wet in the fall, November time period, and then it got warm, and then a lot of the garlic started to actually rot inside this plastic. So that's one negative I found with plastic. I haven't done like a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
But I know the moisture can't escape very well in this plastic.
You do get great weed control.
Yeah, great weed control.
This is grown organically.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no herbicide sprayed on here.
Yeah.
If we weren't using these raised beds with plastic mulch and planting in the bare soil, kind of like Brian's Farms does, we would have to be spraying a herbicide, or it would just be an entire patch of weeds.
And you'd have just, also this heats up faster, so
yeah,
the soil temperature, so if things start growing a little bit earlier, you get a little more of a growing degree days maybe.
Yeah.
On average, the bulbs are bigger from the research that's been done on plastic. And the weed control's the main thing. Obviously, most people don't do it this way, but this is what has worked for you. Yeah, if you don't, I have done it a little, I mean, when I first started, I did a little bit side by side, and it was just night and day difference with just the amount of labor with gardening. Because a lot of guys will spread straw or some type of material to help control the weeds that way. Right. Okay, so I'm assuming the part is facing up. So the eye, I guess, if you want to. That's the bottom of the bottom of it. Yeah, okay. That's where the roots are gonna they're almost starting to push out a little bit. Huh. Ready. They're waiting for it to go in that soil. They're excited. Like, don't eat me, plant me. Yeah, they're looking good. So I just put in about it. I guess the root part goes into probably about 1.5 to 2 inches. Okay. You're not completely burying it though. You're leaving that point sticking out. I found it's not even worth the effort. I've noticed no difference. I used to poke them in and then I'll throw dirt on top like this, fill the holes, and that took a lot when you have you have almost a mile. Wow. What did you say? 17,000 this year? Yeah, probably about 16. If I did the other row, make it 20,000. There's about 2,500 per row. 2,500, 2,600. If you're wondering how long these rows are, they are about 500 feet. I didn't do the last like 20 feet just because it's so rocky there. Yeah, up on that hill there. Space, I'll fill it up with some junk or like smaller garlic, but I don't want to use my big beautiful one on questionable soil that doesn't have much top soil or gravel. So how many people did you have helping, and how long did it take you to plant these 7 rows?
Takes, if you at a decent pace, 3 to 4 hours per row. Okay. So I mean, just say 4 hours times 7, so I mean 25 to 30 hours of man hours. Okay, and then you divide that by a certain amount of people. Yeah. So you don't really have to be out here that long yourself. Like Gavin, your son, did he did 2 rows, and other neighbor kids did a row, then Emma did a row, and Yeah, it gets kind of boring doing this. So
Yeah.
it's nice to spread amongst money people.
Right.
I'd like to set this up with the tractor. I actually built a cart to sit on so you could have 4 people sitting on it. We used the old scraper tractor, like an old 2030 tractor, but in low gear it was still too fast to do it. Even if we had 2 people setting the garlic out and then 2 people planting.
Is that right?
It was still just 2. We couldn't keep up. You needed half a gear.
Yeah, you need some kind of creeper gear or a hydrostatic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But for the amount of, I mean, for 25 hours, 30 hours of labor, it's gonna take a while to pay back.
Right.
Unless I want to scale this up.
Mm-hmm. So what's your biggest concern from here on out? What's the first thing you're going to be concerned about?
Just making sure they all sprout and we don't get like damage from mold, like from too much moisture.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what happened last year. That was the worst. I think I lost about 30% last year, if not more. That definitely hurt. Other than that, garlic is one of my. It's very easy to grow for the most part. I mean, you do have to look out for nematodes. Can be a pretty bad thing. They can kind of creep up on you from year to year. I've heard of people who've just had to completely destroy their crop and start over and buy new. One thing I usually do, which I didn't this year, I got a little lazy. I was just so burnt out from harvest, and it's just hard to do. I usually soak these in hot water about 120 degrees for about 10 minutes, and that will actually kill any nematodes.
Okay.
But I sent some to the lab last year when I had that issue and I lost about 30%, and I had no nematodes, so I was happy to know that. Didn't have to worry about that, but still, nematodes can still be in the soil. And I don't know much about them. I just know that's a good way to get rid of them if you do have garlic and you have issues with nematodes.
Okay. So I know a lot of people are going to be wondering what you feed these. So just recently we had poultry litter spread on a lot of our field corn fields for next year's crop, now that the harvest is done. And well, I guess it was put on soybean fields because that's where the field corn will be next year.
Yeah.
And we went ahead and had it spread on here. So it has probably everything it needs from the 2 ton to the acre poultry litter, which is what we put on all of our fields.
There's drip tape in here, and I do drip in some nitrogen also.
Okay.
Just because it's a heavy feeder, kind of like sweet corn. You gotta knife it in, side dress it.
Right.
So I'll do that kind of, you can call it side dressing, I don't know. Dripping in nitrogen in April and early May.
Fertigate.
Yeah.
Okay, so early April or May, when there's like, how big will the plants be by then? About
maybe 6 inches or
6
so.
to 12 inches?
Yeah, when it's really, really hungry. But you don't want to give it too much nitrogen because then it can just go more foliage state instead of actually bulking up the bulb. So you give it the nitrogen early on, but not later, and the harvest in late June when it's ready to pull out, then dry it for a few weeks and start selling it.
Okay. So is this the perfect planting window right here? Today is November 6th.
Here in Ohio.
Yeah, but you did it, most of it last week.
Yeah.
Like 1st of November, last couple days of October.
I didn't know how bad the weather's going to be and cold. You just never know. So I try to get most of it done early November.
Okay. I'm sure many of you are wondering how he punched all these holes in here. Since I wasn't around when he did this, I'm going to throw a piece of footage up right now of him punching all these holes last year in preparation.
Show the video.
Planting.
Do you have a video of when I did it with the foot stomper thing?
Oh, I don't think I do.
Like, I used to just have a 2x4 screwed to my shoe and 4 tomato stakes on each foot, so I would just walk down the row and stomp 4 holes and 4 holes just like this for a mile.
Oh my goodness. Here's these shoes over here. You got an actual pair of shoes in them? Oh my. So
let's slap them on and try them out.
Yeah. Huh. So about the same depth of poker on the bottom, you know, tomato steak.
Oh man.
Shrunk up on you.
Yeah. It rained on. I had these out here because the battery cable shorted out.
Oh, you actually had to use them a little bit this year?
Yeah, I did 1 full row. Glad I still had them. Oh. Here, poke a couple holes. Oh. Haven't sprained an ankle yet, but I've been close.
That's good.
So I gotta.
You kind of offset your holes.
A little, yeah. Try to. So this is it. Just do this for about a mile.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't seem. You could stay ahead of the planters easy.
Oh yeah, but it's just
It's just a lot of work, and you
wasting
you
time.
constantly have to pay attention
Yeah.
to where you're standing,
Like doing
stepping.
two rows is enough. Then you're just like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I gotta stop.
Because if you step in the wrong spot, you're gonna possibly puncture the drip tape,
Yeah.
or twist your ankle, or your holes won't be lined up.
So I did that for 8 or 9 years, and finally, I'm like, it only took an hour and a half to make a nice machine or thing that just attaches to the tractor and just pokes the holes.
Yeah, that roller
I
works
think
really
called
good.
dibbler, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. All right, this is something new on Joel's garlic operation this year. It punches a set of 4 holes across the width of the bed. Just shared real quick how you came up with this idea and built it.
I think I saw another farmer friend that had one a couple years ago. I've been wanting to make something like this for years and just never taken a couple hours to do it. Always get busy and finish harvest and then go straight to planting garlic.
Looks like this one's missing its tip.
I was trying to see if it would poke any better.
Oh, okay.
Just seeing which poke was the best.
What did you determine?
Well, you can look, it's pretty decent right there. That's the square hole.
Okay.
Sometimes with the point, it doesn't poke all the way through. So I'm
just making a little indentation.
Yeah, so when the kids are pushing the garlic through, they'll push into the plastic.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure to get the plastic out of the way.
Yeah, you don't want the bulb on top of a piece of plastic.
Yeah,
It's
then
like
the root won't go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, the dirt, you can see right here, the bed's not quite full. And if you're wondering, there's a drip tape line right here and right here. So double drip tape for these 4 rows of garlic. Looks like the holes are probably going in, what, 2 inches maybe?
Yeah,
Something like that.
And this is all finished right here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going too deep. A lot of people put them in pretty deep. I mean, as long as you get the root down about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Yep, pretty easy. Nice day to do it. There's a bad one. Throw that guy out. We don't want to plant him. It's not, I don't like to plant garlic in the same thing.
Right, you rotate it to a new spot every year.
Multiple years between, just like any other crop. But garlic, I believe, can be more susceptible to disease pressure.
Like soil-borne diseases.
Yeah,
from linger in the soil for many years.
My spacing, if you're wondering, is about 9 to 10 inches.
Okay.
Is how and then
4 rows across.
From distance, and then 6 inches apart.
6 across, okay.
And
this is the plastic's about 30 inches across the top. So 4 rows.
You could plant
on a 30-inch bed.
You could plant a little bit closer, but I figured garlic's such a high value crop per acre. There's no sense in I'm not trying to make $100,000 per acre like you see all these people on YouTube trying to do. We're not hurting for space, I guess. We're not in the middle of a city somewhere.
Alrighty folks, that's a wrap on today's video. Now that I have the disking and chisel plowing finished, I can get to work on soil sampling our fields and planning out where next year's crops will be planted. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all again next time, down on the farm.